Terry Collins has arrived. Terry took a long journey to get here. Let's take our picture. Look that way, right there, to the lady with the camera. All right, now, Terry Collins is here. Terry, how are you today?
Good, thank you.
We're going to talk about a Christmas drive for a homeless shelter, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is where you drive around on Christmas? Is that what a Christmas drive is?
No.
Okay, you can slide your chair forward if you want.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, what are you doing? You do this every year, I think it is. Is that right?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Why? Are you talking?
Yeah, I just wanted to make
Okay,
sure.
yeah, no problem at all.
Because I can't
Okay.
hear me. Because I gotta tell you, I love the level of conversation in this restaurant. What an
Okay.
amazing restaurant!
I know it. We got a lot of people here, and the food's good too.
Yes, and you know I have the gift to gab, so you always
What?
remind me of my time
Say that
limit.
again. Say
Yeah.
that again.
And you always remind me of my time limit, but Jim, I got to take a second
Okay.
of my time to
Okay.
to thank you and your wife.
Okay.
Because to tell you that what you do in your area in Delaware, your marriage, and all that you do and give, right, is an inspiration to me.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Well,
and I
very
want to,
good.
yes, you inspire me and you actually help me to keep doing what I'm doing in my area. So I want to
good.
thank you also for finding a spot for,
Well, good.
but thank you to
Well,
both of you
yeah,
and Denise.
well, good.
Yeah.
And Denise.
Yeah.
She's over there chatting away.
Yeah.
All right. So,
So-
thank you very much,
Yes.
and I appreciate that. So, what do you got going on? I mean,
Okay.
you got this event. It's not an event. It's a
Every year we do a Christmas drive for the homeless shelter in our area, Dover, Delaware.
Okay.
Okay, and so last year, so this is actually the shelter that my family stayed at. So a lot of
Really?
people don't know this, but we were actually considered homeless for a year and a half.
Really?
Yeah. And so last
That's
year,
why you work so hard.
so I actually want to.
Wow.
I was like, can I share this without crying? I keep practicing sharing this without crying, but last
Okay.
year, what we decided to do, so we adopt everyone in the shelter, not just the children. There are 30 people who stay at the shelter. There's a section that has a family unit, so there's always 3 fathers.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't know that.
Okay.
But last year, the year that my family stayed at the shelter, someone gave a brand new coat to my daughters, which was the first time they ever had a brand new coat. And so last year, one of the things we added 2 things: gifting, not just adopting the whole family and everyone in the shelter, but also gifting a brand new coat to each child in the shelter.
Okay.
And then
Because you knew how that made you feel.
yeah, and I wonder if the woman who did that realized that 20 years later, the mother that, here I go, the mother that she did that for would be now organizing a Christmas drive
Right.
every year.
Right.
I said I
Wow.
wasn't going to do that.
It stuck with you. Wow.
But the other thing that we did
the
also.
impact a coat can have, something you take for granted. You know what I
Yes,
mean? In other
yes.
words, the impact something like that can have.
So I was really excited that we just made the decision to add that, because every time you organize something, you have to know that you're going to be able to fulfill what you say you're going to do.
Right.
So that's what we do, is just we give other people the opportunity to also give. But the other thing we added last year was also gifting the staff at the homeless shelter.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we
Yeah,
like to
that's a
give
good
gift
idea.
cards. And I got to tell you, for all the years I've been doing this, I usually don't get any kind of, it's just like, here's the list. I
Okay.
get the list of people about 3 weeks before Christmas.
Okay.
And at Christmas time, the whole shelter is full because it's cold outside.
True.
Which is why
Good
we
thinking.
stayed out there.
Okay.
We actually,
How long ago did you stay in this shelter?
20 years ago.
Really?
So
You haven't forgot it.
no, and as a matter of fact, I was fellowshipping at a church of 2,000 people, so in Delaware that's a lot. And I was going to Bible studies. So people are struggling and you don't even know it, right?
Right.
Like I'm getting ready to, in 2023, I'm getting ready to organize a monthly food drive, because as I was having just a little time with the Lord, one of the things he said to me, I'm like, should I do a monthly food drive? Because I kind of do that once a year, but I want to do it monthly.
Okay.
And really what I felt like the Lord was speaking to my spirit was, just because you're no longer struggling doesn't mean others aren't.
Good point.
So when we were staying at that shelter, a woman who was in a Bible study that I was attending at this $2,000 membership church came in to get volunteer paperwork, and I was doing my chores in the kitchen, and she assumed I was volunteering. So she had no idea.
Wow.
You know, so sometimes people are hurting, you don't know that they're hurting. So when you're giving to something, you don't even have any idea the impact.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, what do you need? What are you looking for? Donations.
Actually, Yes, but really, I just appreciate the exposure because
Okay,
you can find me if you Google Terry Collins Proverbs 31 lifestyle. That's the way that you can find me.
Terry.
Y. Yep. Terry. Terry Collins Proverbs 31 lifestyle.
Just Google it.
Yes.
Okay.
Terry Collins Proverbs 31 lifestyle.
Just Google it.
Yes.
Okay.
But while I have this time, I want to kind of encourage three things,
Okay.
right? If you have the ability to organize something and give in your local area, do it because there's so many needs and you don't even know it. So if you have it on your heart and mind to do that.
Do
the
it.
second is this is an opportunity for people to just give if they can.
Right.
And the third is if you're in a position where you can't give, make up your mind to position yourself differently. Learn to be gracious in receiving so that you can move into being a generous giver.
Right.
That's
So,
it.
do you want them to look you up on Facebook or just do the Google thing?
It's easier to Google because
Okay.
the reason I created that was there's a lot of Terry Collins, but I had to add
okay.
Terry Collins Proverbs 31 lifestyle because if you Google Terry Collins, a baseball player comes up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So Terry Collins Proverbs 31, the number lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're looking for people that hopefully would donate some things that you can donate to this homeless shelter.
Yeah, and they'll find
But-
me live on Facebook a lot.
Okay.
I start giving a list of what we need.
Right. But I would say I feel that your mission, if I had to describe your mission as I've watched you, your mission is to help people be better people.
Yes,
In other
and
words,
do
to
what you
just-
can do.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Don't wait for it to happen. Go do it.
Yeah, even
You know.
whatever you think is small is huge.
Right.
2 coats, two children in a shelter produce someone 20 years later encouraging others to do the same
Correct.
and organizing something.
Because your life is different now.
Yes.
You know, in other words, you're
It
a
impacts-
realtor for a living. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm actually a realtor to investors and philanthropists who are making a difference. Like one of my clients right now is in the middle of building a school. They're in the Philippines for 9 months organizing,
Wow.
putting together a school. And
How
yeah,
cool.
yeah, a
Yep.
lot, yeah.
So anyway, so you never know what she's saying is, and it is true. You never know, in other words, what action or thought or deed you may do that impacts somebody either negatively or positively.
Yeah.
I mean, it can go both ways, but
And-
you're speaking more from the positive side of things. Just do something.
And I will never meet that woman who gave my children
Right. Yeah.
the coat.
All right.
Thank
Are
you,
we done?
Jim.
Are you
Yes,
okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
I'm going to give you a keychain.
Okay.
All right. Just for the heck of it. All
All right.
right.